Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, where the hell you metalheads or you rockers are located in this crazy world, as I keep telling you that we live in. It's only going to get crazier. But tonight, this is Webisode number 74. I'm Al Ditton. I'm with Underground Noise Webzine. Please subscribe to my channel. Tell your friends to subscribe. It'd be nice if you did. Also, share this video with your friends, and also like the video. Tonight, I got the pleasure of interviewing the band called Psychodelic from Minnesota. Welcome, dude. Hey, how's it going?
What's up? How's it going?
Nice. Thanks for having us, Al.
Yeah, you guys are welcome. Welcome to my show.
Pleasure being.
Yeah.
First off, I'd like to ask you guys to introduce yourselves and let us all know what you do in the band.
Perfect. I'm Nick, guitarist, vocals.
I'm Harley. I do some drumming.
And you do vocals.
Yeah, I do that.
he does backing vocals sometimes. It's pretty good. And I'm Dom. I'm bass. And
That's awesome.
Three-piece. Yeah, we all do vocals.
It's a trio.
Fun. Yeah.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. As we were talking a little bit earlier, sometimes 3 people is all you need just to create some music.
And a good producer. Shout out to Will.
Yeah.
Will Marvelous.
I don't know who that is, but shout out to that man.
Oh, yeah.
1459 Studios. How about that?
Absolutely. I was just jamming on your guys' EP the other night. I listened to Primal Urge, got hooked right away. It kind of reminded me of like some early death metal and grindcore with a very heavy touch of thrash. What bands helped shape your sound?
Oh man, that one, yeah, right away it just makes me think like Cannibal Corpse, you know, just kind of that. Just the opening riffs, just like feels like a Cannibal Corpse and Dying Fetus riff, you know. That's kind of where I started. Just tried, you know, just doing some slams. Then I was like, all right, let's try to mix it up a little, and then I just kept going from there. Yeah. Dom, the best part was like Dom came with the whole outro part, and that's just a cool like southern stomp to it.
Yeah,
really groovy.
You know, just like every local band, Pantera's in there. You know.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the outro for sure. I just thought of like Pantera with the whole riff. I mean, I love listening to Death, and that's a big inspiration too. What else? I was gonna say another one. I was gonna say Dying Fetus as well.
Always Fetus.
Yeah. And honestly, a lot of times we get related to Slayer, though it's not really like a huge like influence for me, but I do like hearing that we get, you know, related to Slayer quite a bit, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Harley just fills in on the kit.
He just says, okay, I'm just gonna hit all these toms and the snare and these bass drums and see what comes out of it. Maybe a bunch of noise, but hey.
Yeah, as long as it fits and it sounds fucking good, let's go.
100%.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. How did you guys meet?
School.
Yeah, funny enough,
School, yeah.
I've literally known these guys most of my life.
Yeah, me and Nick started hanging out when we were like, I mean, we started hanging out heavily in high school, but like earlier on we knew each other and we grew up around each other. Same with Harley, like 6th grade even.
Yeah,
we were all like in middle school together and we all played guitar. And
funny enough, we were like all in the same like
guitar class.
Yeah, we were all in the same like guitar ensemble for school. So like literally when all the, you know, we go to band orchestras, everyone would play their piece. All of a sudden, all right, intermission, then we'd be trying to play Ode to Joy while everyone's good enough to take a piss, you know, get popcorn.
Yeah. We didn't try. We did play. We didn't try. We did play because we were forced to. Our teacher was like, she's like, I'm gonna fail you if you guys don't do this. So she made us do it.
She like picked us 3 and then like 2 other people that were like top of the class because everyone else was just fucking around throwing stuff in class while we actually knew like 5 chords at the time.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever do like the talent show or anything quite similar to that?
I did.
That year actually I did Master of Puppets for 8th grade. I had to condense that 8-minute song to I had to condense it to just under 5 minutes. It was kind of bad because I had to cut out the last act. So I was riffing it so hard.
That's funny. You kind of make 8th grade sound like it was eons ago. For me, it would have been a few years ago myself because that was back in like 93, 94 area. So yeah, that's cool, man. That's really cool.
What did you say, Al? You broke up for a minute there.
Yeah, sorry about that. I love this internet connection. What I was saying was, I was saying, you guys say 1993, 94 for me was like eons ago, and you make 8th grade seem like it was a long time ago itself. So I'm like, I'm not sure how young these guys are, but hey, my hat's off to you guys. You're doing the right thing. You're making my head bang a lot when I was jamming on that album or the EP, rather.
Yes,
Yes,
that's just what I'm hearing that.
It was that first track, Primal Urge.
That's people enjoy.
Yeah, it was that first track, Primal Urge. I was just like, holy shit, what am I listening to? At first I thought, okay, this is some early death metal touched with grindcore, and then I hear a different riff after that. I'm just like, whoa, that sounds like some old school heavy thrash, almost like Destruction Slayer. Who else? Sodom. I heard some Sodom influence in there.
Ooh. Big. Nice. Yeah, so, that's awesome to hear, man.
I'm really going to Europe for the first time, hoping to see some of those those bands here this summer.
Nice.
Do you guys have any upcoming shows in your area?
Not at the moment. We've been kind of staying low, just really been focusing on the launch and trying to scrap up some money for some merch. Really just been writing to get the next EP, mainly a single ready.
Well, it is ready. We just got to record it.
Right.
Just got to record it.
I'm trying to just kind of focus on the next pieces here.
And then get another set ready for the summer, maybe. Hopefully.
Really seeing, just because playing shows here in Minnesota is kind of a pain here mid-January. So we're kind of waiting, maybe late spring. I'm trying to talk to some people. I'm trying to line up a venue, get some other bands. It was kind of cool to see. I was going to kind of reach out to some of the Fargo bands. Really cool to see how that scene's really exploded. I mean, we played with Phobophilic when Harley and I were in a hardcore band a couple years back, and now they're touring with Black Dahlia. I just seen, so it's just like they might be busy, so we might not get them on.
Well, I mean, like even Mall though too.
Yeah, Mall.
Oh yeah, Mall. Yeah,
they're doing well for themselves.
Insane.
Anything's
We're just waiting for a show, really.
Anything's possible.
Right.
That brings me to the next question. What is your local music scene like?
It's a good blend. A lot of young blood coming into it now. It's kind of funny. I remember us just like being the new kids in town. Now it's just like there's just even more coming.
Yeah, there's Visceral Reaction. They're in high school still, and they're playing at the Caboose already.
Right. Some other guys we play with, we played a lot of shows with Agony Reigns. They were really just a bunch of high school kids.
Yeah.
And man, those kids, they play in a lot of other bands that are also touring.
They're all very talented.
And who else do we got around here? I mean, there's a lot of veterans too. We got like Glutton for Punishment, Deterioration.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with Deterioration. With those guys a shout out. Deterioration. How's it going?
Yeah, we got their anniversary show coming up, 20 years.
Hey, that's a good amount of time, 20 years.
Oh yeah.
I would say the metal community though in Minneapolis is pretty close knit. I mean,
it's very supportive.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, are you guys familiar with the band called Volcano Diving?
Yes, we played with them once. I'm pretty sure we played with them once.
I'd like to give a shout out to Brad Grimm and his band Volcano Diving. You guys are fucking hilarious.
Yes.
I interviewed those guys last year and it was so much fun.
Nice.
So much fun. Those guys are
They are a fun show.
Backing up so hard. I think to myself, who else comes up with a song title called Water, Beer, and a Blumpkin? When I first heard that, I thought to myself, am I listening to System of a Down again? But at the same time, I kind of compared them to them, and they sound better than System of a Down, to be honest.
Yeah.
Hot take.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we played with them. I remember watching their show, and I was really entertained.
Oh, yeah.
There's one thing where it's just like you kind of sometimes forget the music, but you're just kind of just watching everyone on stage.
This is awesome. Yeah,
they were super like charismatic too. It's funny.
Yeah, I got to interview them last year, so you guys get a chance to check out my channel.
Oh, sick.
Have you see the actual video for that? So big shout out to those homies.
Oh yeah,
straight up.
What guitar tuning do you guys play in?
C sharp standard. So Black Sabbath. And then Dying Fetus, but you buried to me. It was kind of more or less like, obviously most bands, a lot of the old school bands, just D standard. And I was just like, let's go just, a little half step down. And it was like, well, it's kind of got the nice punch to it, but still kind of nice, heavy low end. I mean, we played in like bands like Harley and I, we played like drop B. I mean, I never really, to be honest, I was never the biggest.
A.
Yeah, I was never the biggest fan of bar chords. I don't know, just has its own place, but I was just more comfortable playing, kind of that range.
Standard chords.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So do you handle rhythm and lead or just rhythm itself?
Yeah, I'm just both of them.
He's both of them right now. We used to have a lead guitarist.
Yeah.
We released Enter Entropy.
Yeah.
Andrew Human.
Andrew, yeah. He's got he's working on his own solo material, and that's all cool. He's a really talented guy. I really wish I could have kept him, but he's wants to do his own thing. That's totally cool.
He shreds.
Yeah, he shreds. That's why I really wanted him to be a part, but he's doing it. He's a really busy guy. He wants to keep his own project, and I really do hope wish the best for him. Sorry if I can talk. But yeah, it was kind of funny. I actually did reach out to him recently. So I was like, hey man, there's this cool 3/4 sweep picking pattern. Like, is it all right if I use that? And he's just like, sorry, I got that. He's like, it's all good,
Oh yeah.
I still keep in touch with him. He's a great guy, great musician. But otherwise, in the meantime, I'm kind of just hack it up and fill in where I need to. I really just make the driving rhythm lines and then kind of make the leads as I go.
That's really cool. How old were you guys when you first discovered metal music, or extreme metal for that matter?
And I think I was probably,
I don't know, I was like 9.
Yeah, I remember listening to just 93X and just I didn't know any of the bands, but you'd hear obviously the big names. My dad's CD collection. My dad was fairly young, not too young, but I mean, he had a lot of the 90s new metal CDs. He had Korn, Disturbed. He was a really big Metallica fan. I'd see that in his cassettes.
Slipknot.
Yeah, Slipknot. I luckily had that brother that's 5 years older than me, so I kind of got to delve into that and kind of started seeing just kind of the scene bands coming up in mid 2000s or so from him. But really, I think I got into it more or less when I was early teenager. Shout out to Rock Band. Playing Run to the Hills on guitar killed me in drums.
Yeah. Rock Band's a huge influence, actually, Guitar
Yeah,
Hero.
Guitar Hero, man. Put me on all that remains.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, when I discovered it, honestly, when I was a kid, I mean, I didn't listen to much other than rap music or hip hop, because that's what I grew up around. My dad, that's all he listened to, and that's what he grew up around. So a lot of hip hop growing up and rap.
You really picked it up just from hanging out with me.
Not quite. When I was a kid, I found Bullet for My Valentine. That's when I really dove into metal.
That's same. Waking the Demon.
Yeah,
that shit shook me.
On LimeWire, actually, I was like, "What's this?"
LimeWire. All right.
So I dove into Bullet for My Valentine pretty hard. I liked them a lot, and I also found Slipknot too when I was younger, and I loved it. But then I kind of steered away from metal again, and then I went to Northern Invasion when I was 18, and with him and with Nick, and he invited me, and I loved it. I loved the show. I loved the energy. But when I was in the crowd, I wanted to be up on stage, so I was like, "Yo, let's start a band."
Right.
Soon, right? Let's do it right now.
We had some downtime in college, and here we are.
Yep.
That's really awesome. And the guy in the middle, I forgot your name. How about yourself? How old were you when you first discovered extreme music?
I was 8, maybe 9. I don't know. I've known metal forever. So.
What's your name?
Oh, I'm Harley, like Davidson. Yeah. It's a good way to remember it.
Yeah, his uncle used to tour back in the day.
Yeah. My uncle Larry, he and my dad and my whole family, they were all in a band together and playing all the local VFWs at first, and going on tour, and I always looked up to that stuff. So,
That's really awesome. I take it that they support you 100% for that.
Oh yeah, they knew I was gonna do something with music.
The funny thing was, his uncle lent him his $8,000 Marshall set up as a limited UK edition. Yeah. He ends up playing drums.
Did Larry tour with Van Halen? Or am I wrong?
He's just metal and played with them.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, he's had Leonard Skinner's piano player on his last album, but that was in the 90s. But
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool.
That is cool. That is very cool. I was thinking about wearing my Leonard Skinner shirt today, but I said, I'm gonna wear my volcano diving shirt instead. Because these guys might know who they are. So
I definitely do, yeah.
Very awesome indeed. That's so cool. Now, what kind of musical gear do you guys use for your sound? Like what kind of guitars and amps and such?
Let's see. Well, I've been kind of staying on a budget now recently. Currently I usually like ESP LTDs, especially LTDs more than ESPs, again on a budget. But yeah, I got a MH 401 NT. That's my favorite guitar. It's smooth, sleek. It's just kind of just that bare knuckle kind of just, you know, standard guitar that's just kind of versatile.
She's a beauty.
I got the King V version of it. It's a little bulkier, but same actions and setup, which was pretty cool. I used to be a really big BC Rich fan back when I was younger. I got one now currently, maybe using a show here in coming time, but for the most part, the LTDs are the smoothest. Amps wise, again, I'm just using the same one I bought right away when we started playing shows. I got just a basic PV Windsor amp head. Looking to save up here, get a Mesa Triple Crown or a dual rectifier, but otherwise I got my 4x12 Mesa stack. Just a nice punch boom. Definitely overkill for local shows, but
it's fun.
It's fun.
I can hear it.
Oh, it's pretty loud. You use a lot of pedals too. I mean,
a fair amount.
Yeah, fair amount.
Not as much as I'd like to, but
yeah,
let's do time.
I don't know my bass like serial number or like it's a model off the top of my head, but I also use LTE ESP.
LTD.
Is it LTD? Oh, okay. LTD.
Point made.
It's a 5-string. I really don't need 5-string. I bought it a long time ago, not really knowing. But she's my baby. I use her. I got PV head. It's not like anything crazy with any like what do I call them?
And you got a previous Eden cab.
No, I don't have Eden. It's PV now.
It's PV now?
Yeah, I swapped it out. It's PV. 4x10 PV cab. So it punches pretty good. Nice like mids on it and nice treble.
Sounds thick.
It does sound thick. It's nice. But I don't have any like tubes on my amp head or anything like that. It's just like a standard, solid state amp. But it's worked.
That's awesome. I've heard hard key is a good make for guitar and also bass amps and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the drum kit I got is custom. It's old buddy of ours.
Yeah, we got it from our friend that he just gave. He was a really good drummer.
Yeah,
John, it was actually kind of
John Hogan.
It was essentially our first drummer, but he kind of gave that up, just kind of getting busier with life.
Yeah,
it's a pretty nice limited edition Mapex. It's like called like a bone ivory, like white.
Bone ivory.
Yeah, and then
it's got the Remo heads.
And nice Remo heads, and then got a lot of what you got a Zildjian or Simon cymbals. I think
both kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of a mix.
Most like Zildjian.
We just all got bastard rigs, you know.
The ragtag crew over here.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, we'd like to move our setups. You know, got to invest into it with time.
Yeah. And the snare I use is from the 70s.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You have like a all
I
steel.
forgot the name of it. It's all steel.
It's a Yamaha though.
Yeah.
Yamaha all steel like pan snare.
I don't know. My dad found it perfectly pristine in a garage. This guy passed away in an apartment, and they were auctioning off everything in there. And he was a drummer, so my dad bought the snare and he loaned it to me. So I've been using it ever since. But it's beautiful.
Punch. It really does. It adds a real nice mean punch and just slaps you in the face a few times to wake your asses up, saying, "Hey, we're meaning business here."
Yeah. Yeah.
It's almost like saying to people, what the 5 fingers say in the face, slap.
Yeah. That wrench.
I know what generation you're from.
I think
that is pretty hilarious if you ask me, but that's a good gift to have, man. Take care of it.
Yeah. It slaps.
100%.
Yeah, don't ever misplace that, man, because that's definitely a gem worth having. You can tell stories about it someday to a lot of people. You're like, oh yeah, that drum. I'll tell you a lot about that. I'm glad
All the paint will be worn away, but it still stands.
It's got some history to it at this point.
Oh, honestly.
So let me ask you guys this: where do you guys see yourselves in the next 5 years?
Oof. 5 years. I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow.
I'd say hopefully an album by then.
I'd say touring.
Yeah, touring. Hopefully, definitely an album out by then. We're writing quite a bit right now. We're about to jam after this, so
it's kind of definitely, just like everyone else, kind of a little stalemated, with like the start of the 2020 decade.
Yeah,
it was really cool. Last show we did before, we literally did like a show a week before everything shut down.
I was the vocalist.
Yeah, Harley was on vocals. Cousin was on drums. I had a lead guitarist. We opened for Pyrexia. Yeah. It was sweet. And, killer show. Pathology. Yeah.
That show was awesome.
Hit it
Shout
hard.
out to Obi Flett from Pathology.
Nice.
Also, Gorgatron was there.
Gorgatron, and then Septicemic. A lot of those guys play at
smallest kick drum ever.
Yeah.
That sounds like a real rip.
What'd you say, Al?
Said that sounds like it was a real ripper of a show.
It was fun.
It was fun. It was a good turnout for a Sunday night, and then
there's some footage of it on our YouTube channel still.
Yeah,
you could watch Hypnagogic and him be the vocalist when we were a 5-piece.
I'll definitely check that out.
Yeah.
But
fucking Pyrexia. Those guys are badass, dude. They've been
forever. Yeah, they're going on tour, and they're like touring all over.
Yeah, they're going to Europe. I'm going to see them in Europe. Yeah, this summer. Can't wait. Nice. I think they're going to be at. I think they're going to be either at. Or I'm going to Brutal Assault, but I think they're going to be at Obscene Extreme. I think so. It's going to be pretty sick.
That is sick. Speaking of Europe, Monstrosity's on tour in Europe.
Bringing it back.
Yeah. I'm still friends with Lee Harrison after all these years. Big shout out to my big brother, Lee Harrison. Thank you so much for being my friend. Well, guys, what else could I think of asking you? What else do you guys do besides play music? You guys like to play video games at all? You guys work?
All right. Yeah. Pretty big outdoorsman. Usually I like to ride my motorcycle. It snows a ton in Minnesota, so I ride my snowmobile this time of year. Otherwise, usually like to stay active, martial arts, and try not to get fat, when it's -20 out.
Well, you work out all the time too.
Hibernation.
You climb too. You're a busy guy.
I might try some ice pick climbing here. It was kind of funny. I overheard the one instructor at the gym. I was just like, "Do you need what do you like?" I just got done with lead climbing, and he's just like, I overheard him talking to some other people. I'm like, "What do you need a certification for that or anything?" He's like, "No, you got a beating heart." I was like, "All right." He's like, "All right, bring 5 pairs of gloves." And I was like, "All right." We'll see how that goes. Hopefully, you can follow up with me. Come in a winner if I'm alive.
There you go. What do you do for fun, Harley?
I do all kinds of stuff. I like to hang out with a lot of people. I play a lot of guitar when I'm not drumming.
Great. And honestly, Harley's the better guitar player out of the 3 of us.
He's the best musician in the band.
I like to sing a lot and scream and work. And I got 2 cats at home that love me a lot. So
that's all that matters.
Cat man.
Yeah.
Cats and metal.
Cats are metal, exactly.
There's something about it, man.
Oh yeah,
it goes back to the Egyptian times.
They be screaming all the time.
I'm sure they're in heat or something else. Who knows?
What do you do for fun?
What I do for fun?
Yeah.
I shouldn't say on the Zoom interview.
This man is a notable figure in our community. He's a teacher.
Not a teacher. I help teachers and I work in therapy classrooms. I'm in grad school right now, trying to get it done really. Being an LPCC, so being like a therapist for kids. I work in a federal level 4 school. I really like it a lot. For fun, I do like doing like boxing, martial arts when I can. When I have time outside of school, I do like lifting, working out as well, staying active.
You do some traveling here and there too.
Yeah, do traveling. I love playing video games. I just finished God of War Ragnarok last night, so that's pretty dope. That game is awesome. You should check it out. Oh,
that game is metal as fuck.
I love. Yeah. Otherwise, What else do I do?
I wish Amon and Mark did the soundtrack to that game.
Hang out with a lot of people as well, just like Harley. I stay busy. I got a lot of family too that I have to keep up with, and when I can, I like to work on cars and stuff like that, or like snowmobile thing. I gotta get into motorcycling, but I like working on cars, and I want to rebuild my grandpa's Jaguar. So maybe that's a goal.
That thing was a speed demon.
I know. I was like, I started driving when I was like 12 or 13.
Good old Bethel, Minnesota.
Yeah, dude. And I
dirt roads.
Well, not even. I was going like 70. I passed the sheriff when I was like 12. And I looked at my grandpa. I was like, yo, I was going like 70.
Probably shouldn't say that in the Zoom interview.
Well, that's what I mean. I want to say what I do.
I mean, that's pretty fun.
Oh, yeah. Anyway. I like breaking the law. How about that?
Breaking the law. Breaking the law.
You know, I was just talking about that song tonight because I used to have a Beavis and Butthead hat that said "Breaking the Law" on it, and it showed them both on there rocking out.
Man, I can't wait for Mike Judge to bring his own channel. I don't know. That's all speculation, but
yeah, I heard about that too. Yeah.
He already did his Paramount relaunch. He's supposedly making his own animation channel where he's going to bring back a King of the Hill reboot and all the other old school shows he did. And so.
Yeah, didn't he also make King of the Hill?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because Hank Hill and also Tom Anderson, they got the same voice.
Yep.
Boy, boys, whacking my tooth shirt. I grew up, see, my dad's from the 90s, so
Same.
Yeah,
well.
That's really cool. I can actually relate to that. I'm a 90s person myself. I was born in the 70s, so.
Same with my dad, yeah.
Very cool.
I know what generation he's from. I knew what generation you were from by the comment of your 5-finger say to the face.
Yeah. 80s, 90s. I'm a combination of everything in one, I guess you could say.
100%. Awesome.
Absolutely. Well, guys, do you have any last words for Underground Noise Webzine?
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thanks for having us. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. We got more coming. There's a lot more coming.
Yes, sir. There is. Also, fucking rock with Underground Noise Webzine, man.
Oh, yeah.
Shouts out to Al.
Check them out.
Thank you so much
for
your time tonight, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Oh yeah,
good time.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna get back to jam space here.
See you later, Al.
Stay psychedelic, dude.
See ya.
Later.